Aloha K-2 Honu. This is Mrs. Rankin. We're on day 4 of the first piece to the table experiment. So here is the text that we're using as the inspiration for our thinking and our questioning. And today we are looking to design our test with all the parts that we think are important. And remember, this is an experiment, so it's a scientific test. It has some specific steps that we'll be following and some rules or controls that we want to make sure that we have as part of our test. It's really important when you're doing a scientific test to think about how somebody else could copy your test to see if they got the same results or different results. That's why we're putting so much effort into not just running out and throwing a bunch of seeds in the soil and see what happens. So today, I'd like to go back to your prediction. I predict that the soaked seeds in water will emerge, than the non-soaked seeds. So we're going to have our seed varieties, our 3 different types of peas. And remember the tip from the text. Thomas Jefferson soaked his pea seeds for 24 hours, one whole day before he planted them. What did you think the effect of the soaking might be? I hope you wrote it down. All right, so that's our prediction. So let's go ahead now, before we get to more designing, and let's put some of these seeds in water. And then we're going to leave them for 24 hours. And tomorrow, when you come back to see me, we're going to put the seeds into soil or into air bags that we'll talk about. So here are my different varieties. This first one here is sugar ant. So I have 3 jars of water, and I've labeled them with the name of the seed. So if you're following along at home, you can use a jar, you can use a cup, anything that will hold a little bit of water. But do make sure that you label it with the seed variety. Okay, so I have that, I have my Wando, and my Mammoth melting sugar. So I'm just gonna go ahead here. And you don't have to have pea seeds if you're doing this along at home. Okay, but I'm gonna go ahead and take some of the sugar ants, so they're very wrinkly and they're green, and I'm going to pop them in, let them go for a little swim. You don't have to have a cover on your jar, but I have these jars here in my office right next to my computer, and I don't want the water to spill on my computer. So Wando, I'm being very careful to look at the seed packs to make sure that I'm putting the right seed in the right labeled jar. This one says Wando. They make a little splashy sound. And then my last one to put in the jar is the Mammoth melting sugar. Okay. This one's a little hard to open. These were the very round seeds. Remember from the first day? They were rolling all around, very different shape. I wonder if that will have an effect. Okay, Mammoth melting sugar into the soak. Can you guess why I didn't put all the seeds in this one same jar or cup? It's easy to tell them apart now when they're dry, but I wonder if they've been soaking for 24 hours. They might not look the same. So that's why I've separated and labeled them. All right, so they're going to go back there. And then I'm going to erase our board here. And I'm going to show you a page of text. So in our text, Maya is putting her test into practice. She's planting her seeds. But I want to show you this right here. She's got a table. That's a way to organize her data or her information. We're going to need to keep some records if we want to know which of these pea varieties emerges or comes out of the seed first. We're going to have to do like Maya did and take some notes. So first of all, let's decide what is it that we're testing. Kinds of pea seeds, yeah? So I think our first column should be types of pea seed. That's what we're testing. So if you have your notebook or paper, you can go ahead and turn off the video and make a chart like that. You can make a line, and then we're going to make 3 columns. You can always stop the video and look at my board. So let's move along. We're testing the type of pea seed. Next, we have to ask ourselves, how will we measure the test? Are we going to be seeing how long the seeds are? Are we going to weigh them? Are we going to count them? We're trying to find out which seed will emerge or come out first. So our measurement is going to be in time. We're going to see how many days it takes. So our next column that we do should have the day we start. That's our planting date. The day that we put the seeds in. And if we want to know how long it takes for each seed to come up, we're going to have to record the date when they come up. So we'll say up or out. All right, I think we're ready now to start our test. We have our seeds soaking. We have our data set up, ready to record. And tomorrow, when you come back, we're going to put our test in progress. So if you want to work along with me tomorrow, you'll want to have a few other things with you. You'll want to have your paper or your notebook and your pencil, and then you want to have some seeds. It's okay if they're not pea seeds, whatever you have. Okay? You can put some of them in a cup of water today, and then the other thing you'll want to have with you tomorrow would be a little small pot with some soil, or a Ziploc bag and a paper towel. I'll show you 2 different ways that you can do the experiment with us at home, because not everybody has pots. You could also just use a paper cup and put some holes in the bottom. So get ready for tomorrow when we're going to start our test. Aloha.